Welcome to our Student of the Month program. So I said we're gonna skip around. I'm gonna call up Miss Ulrich, and we're gonna actually start with Anelli and then Fortula, so she can get back to her classroom. So at this time, I'd like to call from our art department, Miss Jocelyn Ulrich.
So this is my first year teaching Anelli. Anelli's seated over there with her family. And Anelli's a sophomore. And what made me choose Anelli, I wrote down a couple different things. The first reason being she was the first student with our most big project in the beginning of the year, and she wanted to take it home and she wanted to continue working on it. So in the art room, you know, a lot of projects take a long, long time, and I will say Anelli puts in maximum effort on everything she does. She's bilingual, and we have a lot of Spanish-speaking students, and she volunteered to help me with several students that were added to the class, translating, and that to me was just very courageous of her, you know, to just, you know, say, I am here, I speak this language, I can help you. And I was so grateful to her for that. And from there, I just wound up really getting to know her. And I think not only do you have an amazing work ethic, you also are involved in a lot of clubs, but you're just a very good person. And I really respect you for that. And I value you in the classroom for those reasons. So thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I want to start off by thanking Ms. Ulrich for nominating me for the Student of the Month Award. This is my first year taking an art class in the art program. All I can say is that BHS has one of the most amazing art programs. This is my first year, and I'm really enjoying it with all the artwork we have to do. We have amazing teachers like Ms. Ulrich who are teaching us different art techniques, and we are provided with different supplies which are amazing. I'm really glad that BHS provides the different classes in the art program, and I'm really looking forward to taking new ones next year. I'm really glad that I get to express myself and my creativity with these art classes, and I really appreciate the opportunities that our school provides us. BHS has many different clubs that I'm in. I'm in Lemon Club, and I really enjoy it because it allows us to express ourselves and help and learn by working together. To not make this any longer, I would like to thank my mom for always pushing me to do my best. And I also would like to thank my brother for joining me today. And I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. And thank you so much for being here today, and I'm really honored.
And she came from Benjamin Rush School of Fine Arts. And her counselor actually reached out to me and said, wait until you see this student's artwork. I really admire your dedication to the arts, because it's not even just for, she's working for a grade, she's working out of love. And it's really, it's nice to have that in the classroom. You're a very special person. So I hope you feel that way about yourself. I'm grateful to have you as a student in arts, because I know that that's what you want to do. You plan on going to college. And I really encourage it, because I think you have a lot of potential.
Good morning. My name's Fatula, and I just want to thank the teachers, faculty, and principal for this opportunity, and especially my parents, who always strive for me to take the extra mile and would be smiling like crazy if they were here. This year has been the longest of my life, and you know, I moved from my old home and my school, and I always use that to identify myself. But since coming to BHS, I realize there's more to my life than a location. And my art, it's not something to be strained on or to be stressed about. It's to be loved and expressed. And I want to thank Ms. Ulrich and Ms. Small and Ms. Modafferi for that, for helping me find myself. Thank you.
Years, we're kind of jumping from department to department and grade to grade. At this time, we're going to speak about a senior, Alexa Joseph. I'd like to call up Mrs. Ann Schnell.
Good morning. I'm Ann Schnauer. I teach child development. What? I'm trying to reach okay. And I nominated Alexa as my Student of the Month. And if you've ever had the opportunity to come into the child development room, you'll understand why she's the obvious choice for my Student of the Month. Not a class goes by where Alexa does not participate in the discussion, help prepare for class, or work with the preschool students. She's very, very hands-on. And she even volunteered her own time to come in and help me set up the preschool and giving me suggestions and ideas of where to put what. And she's a natural when it comes to working with the preschool students. She's kind, and she goes out of her way to make sure that the preschool students feel comfortable and welcome in the classroom. She comforts them when they're going through their separation anxiety. Preschool's only been in session for 2 weeks. She likes to play make-believe. She plays in the kitchen. She plays games with them just to help entertain them and kind of take their minds off of things. And she does a lot of one-on-one to help them learn. Initially, honestly, I was a little bit hesitant about nominating Alexa for Student of the Month, and this is because she told me one time she wanted my job. But one day in the future, I really do hope that she has the opportunity to replace me, because I know the preschoolers under her care will be very lucky to have an amazing teacher like Alexa.
Hi, I'm Alexa DeJoseph. I wanted to thank Ms. Schneller for nominating me today. I have her 6th period, so by the time I get to 5th period, it's been a long day, a lot of learning. I'm exhausted, but then I'm like, okay, I have Ms. Schneller's class next, and I get really excited. The class is very hands-on. You get to actually work with preschoolers after learning for the first few weeks, and it's really exciting to come in on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays and be able to see the preschoolers. They get super excited to see everybody. They always say bye. I had a girl say that she was going to miss me the other day. It was so cute. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have really good discussions about what's going on in the preschool and what we're planning to do with the preschoolers. And overall, it's like my favorite class. I really enjoy it, and Ms. Schneller is always fun to come in and bother sometimes. I'd also like to thank my sister and my mom because, you know, they kind of rock. And I want to thank my grandfather. I lived with him until I moved here my sophomore year, and he basically helped raise me, and he's like the most important person in my life, and I love him a lot. So, yeah, love you, Pop. But yeah, that's all. Thank you, Ms. Schneller, for nominating me, and thank you guys for coming today.
I'd like to call up Mr. Kovacets and Shihab.
Good morning. I've nominated Shihab. I know he has MD in the beginning of his name, so my little joke in the beginning, he has a great sense of humor, was I was calling him doctor. But he quickly corrected me and told me to call him Shihab. But Shihab is a great student. He's super mature for being a 9th grader. He's just been a joy to have in class. Shihab has great leadership ability. He's just a well-rounded student. Pleasure to have in class. He's very helpful. He'll say, Mr. Kovacets, can I help do this when I'm done? I'm like, sure. If some students are struggling, I can look to him to go over and assist them if I'm helping someone else. But he's just a well-rounded student and a pleasure to have in class, and just a great 9th grader, and it'd be a pleasure to have him again in the future, or for anyone in here to have him in their class. So congratulations, Shihab.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to say thank you to Mr. Cove for being such a great teacher. So I love doing engineering. So I always just want to use those engineering tools and learn about everything about engineering, and also become an aero engineer in future. So when I first heard that there's an engineering 101 class in Ben Salem, I just took that class and I said, I need engineering. And I just love this class. I love my teachers because they're really supportive, and Ben Salem is really cool. Thank you.
So also from our art department, we have Mrs. Small, who does a lot in this building, runs NHS, and she nominated freshman Abigail Medikowski.
One of the reasons why I chose Abby was because of her maturity in the classroom. Abby has a tremendous potential. She is very conscientious about her artwork. She is very serious for someone so young to be so serious. Why so serious? But you need that. You need that. There's a lot of what Tula said about love that you bring to your artwork, and you can see that in her. There is a natural talent. Art can be learned, but there is something deep inside your heart that cannot be learned, that people bring to it, and Abby has that.
Hi, So, writing this speech was kind of terrifying because this is all new to me. Like the school, I've only been here for a couple months, and I had no expectation. And that's kind of similar to how I feel about, I guess, the school in general and being a freshman here. But honestly, art class, having it at the end of the day, has just been a massive help in helping me adjust. And it's an honor to have been selected as one of this month's Student of the Month. And I want to thank Ms. Small for nominating me. She's been a fantastic art teacher in just these 2 months. And she's been promoting my passion for drawing and helping me along the path to improving my skill. I want to thank someone who is not here right now, Miss Ennis, who was the one that told me when she got the phone call that Mr. Purr wanted me in Office 1 and sent me down a spiral of thinking, what could I have possibly done to get called down to the principal's office 2 months into the school year? And thank you to Tula and Sharon, 2 of my friends from art class, for being in the office when I got there and making me realize, well, if they're here, I couldn't have done anything wrong. Thank you so much to my parents and my friends who have always encouraged my love of art and helped me boost my confidence. And of course, thank you, BHS, for the free breakfast.
We're going to flip back to STEM and call up another teacher that works really hard with our students. His recipient is part of our world-famous robotics team and a hard worker here at the building. So I'd like to call up Mr. Rugarber and student Anthony Bybeck.
So I'm Mr. Rugarber. I work with the engineering project, and I'm doing Engineering 102 in our class. And Anthony has completely stepped up his game this year. For our project, always make sure they're on task, and has just done a wonderful job of being a natural leader in my class. And so when it came time for picking a student, his name came right to the top of the list because of the way that he has just really stepped up and the way he leads the class and does everything so well. And I know he gets a lot of that from the robotics, and I know he's planning to go to Penn State for mechanical engineering, and he's going to do a fantastic job. So, Anthony.
Thank you, Mr. Garber. When I first got called down to the office, I wasn't sure why I was getting called down. And when I heard that I was getting picked for Student of the Month by Mr. Rugarber, I didn't really think I deserved it. I just really did what I was supposed to do. I was just keeping my team in line. I was just leading them because that's what I was supposed to be doing. But because I know if I didn't do it, no one else would. Because I just felt like I did what I had to do, and I didn't really think I deserved it. And I also like to thank my mom, because she always pushed me to do better. If I have like a A-, she's going to be on top of me, and she's going to make sure that I get an A+ or whatever, and that I always do better. So thank you.
Call up 11th grader Kayla Lamboy and Mr. Lubach.
Hi, I am Mr. Lubach. I teach STEM guitar, which I have Kayla in, Graphic Arts and Engineering 103. I chose Kayla as my student of such a great example for other students in our classes. And she sets an incredible standard for STEM guitar and the work that we do in that happening. And she's just a magnetic personality and somebody that can talk to people and really inspire people to do what they're supposed to do. But of course, like I always say, and I stand up here every year, I always pick a student of the month that I would hope my own child would grow into. So Kayla is a fantastic example of that, and somebody that is kind, caring, protective of her family, and just an all-around great person. So that's why she's my student of the month.
Good morning. My name is Kayla Lamboy. I'd like to start by saying how extremely grateful I am for being chosen as Student of the Month. It always came so easy for me in elementary school and middle school, and when I got here I kind of figured it was impossible with the amount of people here. This year I wanted to get involved and focus on my academics. I was always an AB student, and I usually always got honor roll, but I knew this year would be harder. And so I joined Blue Crew, and I really do love it. I feel much more involved, and it definitely made school more fun for me. Not only did I do this to get involved, but I also did it to change my attitude a bit. It definitely makes me more positive and happier. I would love to say thank you to Lubach for making class fun and giving me this opportunity. I'd also like to say thank you for the rest of my teachers for all the help throughout this marking period. And unfortunately, my parents couldn't be here because they had to work, but I'd like to thank them for keeping me motivated to work hard and to strive for the best. Thank you.
Call Ms. Small back up for her second student, and a senior face that is at every activity and club in this building, Sharon Cohen.
There are no words to talk about students who pour their heart into every, and I mean every aspect of this school. Class officer, blue crew, what else are you doing? Everything. She's into everything, and she is a great motivator to students to get involved and do things in the building, and it's showing. It's showing in our building that there's a tremendous amount of pride and a tremendous amount of involvement, and it's the students who are creating that. And Sharon is definitely the leader of that parade. So I'd like to say thank you for her being a great student, for just going above and beyond, and I've had her for a couple of years, so I know she's going to do great when she goes off to college.
Hi everyone, my name is Sharon. Thank you for everyone who came to support me and my fellow classmates. Speaking on that, I would like to acknowledge my parents over there for their love and dedication for who I am and what I do. I would like to thank my mom for passing down a portion of her talent to me and for always supporting me. And thank you to my dad for my dashing good looks and for being my biggest fan. And to my best friend Jamie, who was in class today, but I would not be who I am without her by my side. So I've gotten the absolute privilege to be taught by Miss Small and Miss Ulrich, who had to go back to class, but I'm going to speak about both of them since they are such big parts of my life this year. So this year, half my day is spent in the art rooms, and it's great. Of course, they teach me shading and color and how to make pots and mosaics, but I've learned so much more from these two wonderful teachers. They encourage me to be who I am and to chase after my dreams. They are there when I have mental breakdowns and when I need to vent about something, but they are also my biggest cheerleaders. Miss Small, thank you for guiding me and for being a huge role model in my life. And Miss Ulrich, she's not here, but thank you for always encouraging me to smile and for being a big inspiration every day, and I can't say enough about them. This school has helped me grow so much. As you heard, I'm really involved in this school. I'm always staying after school, but I love being here. And not only in art, but I've grown so much more. So thank you for the opportunities that I'm so privileged to be getting and for the experiences and love that I've received. I seriously have learned so much under all my teachers and appreciate everything they do. So thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.
I'd like to call up Senior Rex Zika, sponsored by Miss Nair.
Good morning, everybody. I'm really grateful to be back. I'm teaching photography and STEM guitar this year. And as soon as I realized that Student of the Month was happening, my immediate thought was Rex. Rex is just an amazing student. You saw him, like you said, running around, setting things up. He just has such a passion for just being creative, and it's really infectious. Like, he just constantly has ideas, and we feed off of each other, and he'll be like, yo dog, look what I did this weekend. And he was like out doing photo shoots and taking videos, and when we went on a field trip 2 weeks ago, you know, he's like running over old people with his camera because he has to get the shot, and it's just really, really wonderful to see somebody with so much energy, but that it's productive energy. He's constantly doing something. He's really, really positive, and people think he's just like really laid back and chill, but he's not. He's like it's really focused, positive energy, trying to do things. I can trust him with anything. I'll be like, hey Rex, I have this idea. He's like, I got you, dog, and he'll like set everything up for me, and really great. And he's like going through the closets and finding things that I didn't even know I have yet, because I haven't even gone through my closets yet. He's just super helpful and really positive, and he's always down for any crazy idea I have, which is very important to me, because I like, you know, having relationships with students, and he's always good for a conversation and always adds to class. And I'm just really appreciative and thankful that you're in my class, Rex. I'm really proud of you. So Rex.
Hello, so I'm Recep Zeka, but you guys can call me Rex because it's a lot easier to say. And I just wanted to start off by thanking Miss Nahara for giving the opportunity to talk in front of you guys. Sorry. Miss Nahara gives us like all the creative freedom for our work, and she's like the most wonderful teacher I've ever had. She's super nice, and everything we do is just so much fun. She lets us do whatever we want to do. No, well, not whatever we want to do, of course, because there's obviously some rules. But I'm really happy that she's back at BHS and she's still teaching here. BHS has made me into the person I am today by just letting me be around the people that also have the same interest as me. I get to take classes that I actually enjoy taking, and classes that are going to have other people that are like me, so I can surround myself with other people that will just help me make my final goal of being a filmmaker come true. If I had to pick like one class that was probably my favorite class, I would have to say OTN, because OTN's not just about cameras like everyone thinks it is. it's actually a lot more complex than that. It teaches you how to believe in yourself and how to set goals and do what you really want to do. And I think everyone should take that class. I also think everyone should take Miss Nahara's class because taking photos is just awesome. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you for listening.
Our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Samuel Lee.
Good morning, welcome, and congratulations, honorees, parents, grandparents. Thank you for all you do for not just the children you live with, are charged with raising, but for our community. You all make an incredible impact. As for the announcement, I'll need 9 seats at that table. Okay? 9 seats. And as impressive as your accomplishments and achievements currently are, your aspirations are equally impressive. Engineers, artists, teachers, a couple, right? You will go on to do great things as you have and continue to serve not just your families, yourselves, your school, your community, but the nation and the world, as Ms. Fingles alluded to. You are our creators, you are our coders, and you are our caregivers. The world cannot have enough of those things. And congratulations to your teachers. Apparently, a lot of the students want to be like you. That's pretty impressive. There is no greater accolade or sentiment to want to replicate someone's work and, in some cases, someone's being and character. So thank you for all you do for our kids. For the high school administration, thank you for keeping all of this going. Truly, it is no easy task to take care of 2,000 kids 180 days a year. This place, Ben Salem is cool, by the way, yeah. It is, an awful lot happens on any given day. And I also want to thank the school board for their support. Without them, none of this happens, right? Their vision, their direction, and their connection to everything Ben Salem is incredibly important. And we're committed to keeping all this going. You represent us in the highest possible way and fashion. Congratulations again. You are very, very impressive, and thanks for being Ben Salem.
That's it for me. I'd like to bring up our building principal, Mr. William Ferrer, to bring it to a close.
Good morning and welcome to Ben Salem. And I would like to extend the congratulations to our students, our teachers, and most importantly, our parents, because without great parenting, your son or daughter would not be sitting here. Somebody mentioned about maybe wanting to be a teacher. I will tell you, it's my belief that there is no greater aspiration in life than you can follow to being a teacher. Because teachers have the opportunity to make a difference in everyone's life every time somebody walks into their classroom. It's the only profession that makes every other profession possible. People really understand when you're an artist what that means, because you've either always been an artist or always been able to express your thoughts through your work. For somebody like me who can't do any of that, you have a gift. And please use that gift to touch the lives of others. A piece of artwork or a picture or whatever you produce has an emotional effect on people. And that's something that your eye and your brain can do. Take something that's a thought process and make it a great piece of work. And hang your artwork or display your artwork with great pride. And it's your interpretation of the thoughts that made it possible. So please don't ever keep that gift to yourself. The STEM people. I don't believe you realize the thought process that you have and what that does for people. We talked about teachers, we talked about artists, I talked about artists, but your thought process and your ingenuity will lead to great discoveries, which makes people's lives much easier. So when you're in Engineering 101, Don't just worry about the project you're doing. Think about the process you're going through. Think about the problem solving that you have to go through to get to the point where you want to be. Think about all the engineers and all the people involved in the Apollo 13 and getting those people back safely. That's the kind of thing that you're developing. Always speak from the heart. Always give back to what you can give back to make the lives of others better. And always assert to have somebody behind you and recognize that person who's pushing you to do things that you don't believe you can do, but they see in you. And never forget they're there. And then when it's your turn, always reach back and help others. Thank you. Have a great day.